Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again. Okay, so let's get into it because here is another dose of your daily vitamins. And Tony Buzbee has been sued again. Okay, so let's talk about it because this Houston attorney is facing another lawsuit from a former client. Let's get into it. Now, remember, the last time Busby was sued by clients, he says that Jay-Z's team sent investigators to question these people and to try to coerce them into suing him with frivolous claims. Well, now there's another man who's come out by the name of Jose Bermudez, and he claims he was charged more than $17,500 in interest by Busby's law firm and ended up receiving less than $190,000 out of a $700,000 settlement. He is the fourth former client to sue Busby for similar allegations. Okay, and this was filed coincidentally on the 14th of March. Why is that important? Because all of those papers that I read to you, the legal docs from the morning live, all of those declarations filed by Ian Pillinger, by Charlotte Henderson, as well as Alex Spiro, all of those were filed March the 14th. Okay, so it was a whole lot of filing going on, is all I'm saying on that particular day. But so anyway, let's get into it because Houston lawyer Tony Busby is being sued by a former client who claims Busby and his law firm misappropriated settlement money, distributing it to the client in the form of a loan with an exorbitant interest rate. Now, we've heard this before. There was another former Busby client who said the same thing. So, according to the lawsuit filed on Tuesday in Harris County, plaintiff Jose Bermudez was injured while working as a seaman in January of 2020. Bermudez subsequently hired Busby and his law firm to represent him in an injury lawsuit against his then employer, Callan Marine, claiming the employer was responsible for his injuries. Now, Bermudez, who claims he was charged more than $17,500 in interest, which is excessive, okay, that amount in interest by Busby's law firm and ended up receiving less than $190,000 out of a $700,000 settlement, is the fourth former client to sue Busby for similar allegations. Okay, didn't I say it? Now, the new lawsuit claims Busby and his law firm abused Bermudez's trust for their own financial gain. But rather than coming to Bermudez's aid, the Busby defendants abused their positions of power and trust, prioritizing their own financial interest over their clients' welfare, according to Bermudez's lawsuit. Now, I want you all to pay attention because I'm quite sure that I told you all about that nefarious attorney that I had when I was involved in a car accident years ago, and how she was trying to bilk me out of money and trying to add things in that were already paid for through my insurance, bills from a neurologist and all of these things or whatever. Just doing the most so that she could get more money for herself. Now, mind you, she didn't show me receipts from these other doctors, okay, that I went to. And the reason she didn't have receipts is because, like I said, my insurance paid for some of this stuff. And the thing is, when she gave me, I told her, when she told me the amount that I was supposed to give her, when she told me how much I was supposed to give her, I told her to give me a breakdown of every single thing. Okay, of every single thing, the chiropractor, her fees, and all this other stuff. And then rather than her giving me statements from these specific people, she just typed up something herself and gave it to me. So these are some of the tactics that these shady ambulance chasing attorneys will absolutely use. And if you don't have sense enough to know, or the wherewithal to figure out that they're stiffing you, they can absolutely end up getting your money. And in fact, in some cases, getting more money than you do for your own case. Okay, but anyway, let's continue. Now, I don't know if Busby did this or not, but this is what the man is alleging. Okay, so anyway, goes on to say, but rather than coming to Bermudez's aid, the Busby defendants abused their positions of power and trust, prioritizing their own financial interest over their clients' welfare, according to Bermudez's lawsuit. Now, Busby, who's representing several plaintiffs in ongoing litigation against hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs for alleged assault, said in a statement to Houston Public Media that the accusations by Bermudez are unfounded. This is what he says. They say when Mr. Bermudez's case is settled, he signed off under oath, like every client does, that he was satisfied and all monies were accounted for. Now, this is what Busby wrote in a statement. He also went on to say that he specifically authorized us to put his maintenance check in our trust account and issue him a check from our account. Now, Busby has also accused rapper Jay-Z and his company, which were named alongside Combs in a now dropped lawsuit, of assisting former Busby clients in suing Busby and his law firm, saying this is one of our 4 cases illegally solicited and dredged up by Jay-Z and his company, Roc Nation. Now, this is what Busby said. He said, hey, this is Jay-Z and them once again. This is him and his team. This is somebody else that they've talked to, gotten in his ear, and gotten this man to file this frivolous lawsuit against me. He says they continued almost 100 former, or I'm sorry, they contacted almost 100 former clients from as far back as 10 years ago, spreading lies about the firm, and were able to get 4 to sue. 1 has already been thrown out. The others, along with this one, will be tossed as well. Well, you know, they just might. Bermudez claims that Busby and his firm diverted payments from Callan Marine to Busby's firm. Now, this is not a good look for Busby. Even if these things aren't true, he's going to have to prove it. But at the end of the day, none of this looks good given the current set of circumstances that he's found himself in with this whole Jay-Z and Diddy debacle. Okay, please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, goes on to say, the Busby defendants neither informed Bermudez of the misappropriated checks nor forwarded him the proceeds of those funds, according to Bermudez's claims in the court documents, saying that they exploited Bermudez's vulnerable position by loaning him money at exorbitant rates or interest rates. Exorbitant interest rates, even though these funds were rightfully owed to him. Now, Busby said Bermudez had been misled and that he and his firm would be seeking legal costs in the lawsuit. As of Thursday, Busby's law firm had not filed a response to Bermudez's lawsuit. Now, I'm sorry, but if these things are not true and, you know, they're going to sue him to get back the money that they're having to spend to fight this case, why haven't they filed already? Because I would have filed ASAP as soon as I got the paper saying that he had filed against me. Okay, if I knew that I didn't do anything and that he was absolutely lying. Now, anyway, goes on to say, unfortunately for these former clients, we intend to seek costs and fees for having to respond to this baloney. This is what Busby said. The people who solicited him purposely misled him. They are also being sued, and grievances have been and will be filed. Okay, so look for more grievances to be coming from Tony Busby, honey, because he says, honey, don't even think that you're going to get away with this. All right? This is what Busby said. He's talking tough. He said he's not having any of it. Okay, at the end of the day, he says he knows that it's Jay-Z and his team who have gone and coerced these people, who have lied and tricked these people into filing these frivolous claims against him. But here's the thing. They absolutely may have done that, and I wouldn't doubt it, because there were investigators who went and spoke to Jane Doe. Who sent them? We still don't know. Jay-Z's not owning up to it. Alex Spiro's not owning up to it. But at the end of the day, if they went to visit Jane Doe, which they clearly did, well, then, yeah, I believe that some people may have gone to visit Busby's former clients. But the question is, are these clients lying about the things they're claiming Busby did? I don't know. But I guess we'll have to find out. And I'm going to be waiting to see what is the next order of business that Busby gets around to. Okay, he says he's going to be filing against them, and I'm waiting to see it. He says they're also being sued, and grievances have been and will be filed. Okay, basically implying that he's going to file some more grievances. So I guess I will have to keep you all updated, but drop me a comment to let me know what you think, because this is all getting real messy. As I said, I mean, it's getting messier by the minute. More lawsuits coming out of Busby, more information coming out to show that Jane Doe and Busby may have not been 100% truthful in the beginning of the initial filing. And even to make matters worse is the fact that they're claiming, Alex Spiro, that is basically saying, if you listen to the morning broadcast, in the paperwork, it says that Alex Spiro alleges that Busby filed or sent the demand letter to Jay-Z before he even ever sat down and talked to little Miss Jane Doe. So I'm sorry, this all reeks of unethical practices and shenanigans. Okay, so with that all been said, let me all know what you think. And until next time, beloveds, I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.